Have you ever stared at the ceiling at 2 a.m. and thought, what's the point of all this? Or hit a crossroads, frozen by fear of making the wrong choice? You're not alone. More than 60% of us admit to feeling lost, yet few look to philosophy for answers. What if it's been the missing piece all along? Today, let's talk about philosophy. Not the stuffy classroom kind, but real human practical philosophy. It's more than old books and big words. It's about solving problems we all face. Confusion, lack of direction, feeling like we're just drifting. Think of philosophy as a survival manual for the mind. A way to cut through life's noise and discover what truly matters to you. By the end of this video, you'll have actual tools, questions, perspectives, and stories that you can use to handle the toughest moments in your life. Let's be honest, uncertainty and confusion are everywhere. You might be in your early 20s, overwhelmed by choices, college, career, relationships, where to live. Maybe you're mid-career doing everything right, but you wake up feeling empty, asking if this is all there is. Or maybe, after a major loss, everything you once cared about seems pointless. Scroll through social media, and it looks like everyone else is happy, fulfilled, and successful. But inside, it's common to feel like a fraud, like your real self isn't as together as your feed. Ever feel purpose anxiety? Like if you can't find one big mission, you're failing at life? Or deal with imposter syndrome, always waiting for the moment when everyone realizes you don't know what you're doing. You're not the only one. These doubts, these nighttime worries, does my life actually matter? Or will my decisions haunt me forever? Are deeply human. Yes, there's existential dread. What if nothing means anything? Or if I never feel truly happy? That's terrifying, but it's also what connects us. Then add the everyday struggles. Should you cut corners to get ahead? Should you stand up for your beliefs? Even when it costs you? Why does happiness slip away so quickly after big achievements? Often, we try to numb these questions, binging shows, compulsively checking our phones, pretending we're fine. But these feelings aren't problems to hide, they're signals. And here's the twist. These questions are ancient. Every generation, every culture has faced them. That's why philosophy exists. It's the toolbox humans built to face confusion, find meaning, and chart a path forward. So how does philosophy actually help? Let's meet some of the voices that might just change your life. 1. Socratic questioning. Dig deeper. Socrates believed wisdom started by admitting your ignorance. His method? Relentless questioning. Why do I want this job? Why do I want security? Why do I fear instability? Keep going, past the obvious answers, and you'll hit your true values, or your deepest fears. Try it. Next time you're stuck, write down your goal and ask why 5 times. 2. Stoicism. What's in your control? Roman philosophers like Marcus Aurelius said, forget what you can't control. Focus on your actions, your thoughts, your character. Boss treating you unfairly? You can't change their mind, but you can control how you respond, with calm, with honesty. Goal falling apart. You can't force success, but you can control your perseverance and attitude. This is more than let it go. It's radical ownership of yourself. 3. Eastern wisdom. Meaning in the small stones. Confucius taught that wisdom is in the details. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Don't wait for a huge purpose. Find it in tiny, daily acts, kindness, integrity, improvement. Pair this with mindfulness from Buddhist philosophy. Accept reality without distortion. Stay present. Focus on this breath, this moment. When you root yourself in the now, future fears and past regrets shrink. 4. Existentialism. Build your meaning. Viktor Frankl and Jean-Paul Sartre didn't believe purpose is handed to you. It's built, moment by moment, choice by choice. You are free to choose. Even in pain, boredom, or uncertainty, your response is your creative act. Frankl survived the horrors of a Nazi camp, yet said, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. If he could find purpose there, what might you create from your situation? 5. Modern voices. Choose your story. Audre Lorde spoke of self-care as a political and personal act. essential for anyone who's been marginalized. Simone de Beauvoir urged us to question inherited roles about gender, identity, and success. Reflect. Which stories about yourself are you living simply because they're expected? Which could you rewrite? Everyday exercises. Journaling. When you're lost, write your thoughts and question them. What's beneath your fear? Shame, pride, a forgotten hope. Sorting control. Stressed? List what you can versus can't control. Focus only on the first. Random kindness. Each week. Do one thing for someone else, expecting nothing. Notice how your own mood changes. The magic of philosophy is that it's a dialogue. You don't need a guru. You just need curiosity and the courage to sit with discomfort and big questions. Let me share something personal. A few years ago, my world unraveled. A friend died suddenly. I was gutted. Where I once saw certainty, now there was just emptiness. Every day felt heavy. I asked, why even bother if it all ends? Nights were the worst. I kept cycling through helpless questions until, one sleepless night, I stumbled on Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. He wrote, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Instead of searching for meaning out there, I started asking different questions. How could I honor my friend's memory in my daily actions? What pain could I use to grow closer to my family, to become less afraid of vulnerability? I tried the Stoic practice, listing what I could control and what I had to accept. I let myself grieve, stopped pretending. And then, slowly, I started paying more attention to small joys. Coffee in the morning, honest conversations with others, volunteering. The world didn't magically fix itself, but my relationship to it changed. The lesson? Philosophy wasn't some distant theory. It was the lifeline that helped me build a new sense of purpose from the ashes of loss. You might not have the same story or the same pain, but the tools are yours too. Meaning isn't something you find. It's what you make, again and again and again. Let's gather what we've found. Philosophy is for anyone wrestling with tough questions. It's for those who doubt, for the confused, the grieving, the dreamers, and the stubbornly hopeful. Socratic honesty helps you get below the surface. So your decisions reflect what really matters, not just what the world expects. Stoicism offers calm in the storm, showing you how much power you have simply by shifting where you focus. Eastern traditions remind you that small daily actions, done kindly and mindfully, can build a life of meaning no matter what you're facing. Existentialism reminds you, you are radically free. You can always choose your response, even in suffering. Modern philosophy pushes you to question the inherited stories about who you should be, so you can live a life that's actually your own. If you're feeling stuck, lost, or just unsure, that's not a failing. It's the spark that can lead you to something deeper. Use philosophy not as a rigid rulebook, but as a set of living questions. What really matters to you? Where can you use pain to spark growth, or uncertainty to open new doors? Who could you become, and who do you want to be if you let yourself question everything? Honestly, you don't need to arrive. All you need is curiosity and the courage to keep exploring. The more you do, the more you'll find that philosophy isn't about answers. It's about living the questions that make your life your own. What's your biggest philosophical question right now, this week, this year? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk. If you want to dive deeper, check out my video on how Stoicism can help you thrive in modern life. The link is right here. Hit subscribe, stay curious, and I'll see you there.